All right, so yeah, Cory Booker is proposing a national gun license, and I think that's a good idea on that part. I think ultimately now he wants to cut down the magazine, where you can have a 30 clip. That won't be legal. I think if you get it, this is what's coming with the gun thing. If you get a Democratic president or a liberal president, any president outside of Trump this next election, the first thing that's coming is going to be slowly but surely. They're not going to do anything totally overnight, but the first thing they're going to do is cut back. The ARs and stuff is going to be cut out, because they're going to frame that with all the shootings, the mass shootings, and the 30 clips and all that, the big extended clips. It's not going to be there. It's probably be cut down to like 10 to 12 cap. So that's what's gonna come on the first time around, and then eventually you're gonna work towards cutting that back down to a 6, and eventually it's gonna be we coming to get them. And I think that happened already in the UK, and all that did, we're trying to stop violence, but they just make night violence go up because it's not the guns. It's maybe you should add a decision-making course with it, because it's more so decision-making. And then even with somebody who could pass every qualification today, if they get divorced or something tomorrow, they're not the same. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing. It's not the same person. It's not the same mind state. If they lose their job, they're not in the same mind frame. If it's just certain things that happen in life, a death in the family, anything can change a person. So it's more so maybe starting from a young age, putting decision-making courses, putting gun awareness courses in schools, actually teaching people and kids how to handle these things properly and giving them proper knowledge about it, the same way we do sex education classes. So when they come in contact with firearms and stuff, it's not all of this excitement and hype and wanting to explore it or overreacting to situations. In that decision-making class, you will learn how to react to certain situations. I feel like what else? That's pretty much the main thing, because if people start killing people with pencils, we're not gonna ban pencils. If when people start stabbing everybody, we're gonna ban all knives. So no, the solution is not to handicap the person that's doing it the right way. If I followed the law all my life, I deserve the right to be able to protect myself. And then the question would be, well, why do you need a gun with 30 shots? Well, if on the street, which are illegal guns, and they don't all just come from house break-ins, if on the streets are illegal guns and they have 30 shots and I only have 10 shots, if I'm trying to protect myself maybe against somebody trying to rob me and they got a 30-shot gun, I got a 9-shot gun, say if I don't hit them, on the first shot, on my first round, they still got more to go. So I'm handicapped. Why should I be handicapped? The law is in order to make yourself safe in situations like that. But if I'm handicapped against what's out there, we can't play it like we're just starting in a fresh world and there are no guns and, okay, you only gonna have this limit. Now, in that case, you got an argument. But in a case to where we already have a set world and there's a set precedent that's going on in the inner cities, in the urban areas, everybody has high capacity guns. This is not the era of the revolver anymore. This is not the era of the low capacity, low shot guns. So you need to be equally equipped to what's out there. And just because you're making it harder on the law-abiding citizen, that doesn't mean you're making it harder on the streets, because the streets is gonna do what they're gonna do anyway, and people who want to do something wild is gonna get access to what they need to get access to, just like how weed was illegal for years, but everybody I never seen it was illegal. I mean, it was illegal, but it was everywhere still. That's my point. The same way, so you're not stopping nothing. The only thing you're doing is hurting the person that's trying to do it the right way from being on a fair scale with what's out there. So a national gun license is cool, because if I'm coming from one state, I should be able to protect myself in every state. You know, and most of the states that don't have the reciprocity is the main states that you would want reciprocity in. The Californias, the New Yorks, the Chicagos. Like, it makes no sense that I can't go protect myself in them states when there's a lot of activity going on. You know, it's like you almost setting somebody up, you know, or you can't really move around. You might have family in an urban area with a lot of stuff going on. So I just, you know, I feel like a national gun law is the right thing. But as far as cutting the amount of ammo you can have and all that, I'm not with that. And I mean, not ammo, the amount that your magazine can hold or your clip can hold, I'm not with that. But I think this is what's coming. Just like I was saying with the more bans that's coming online and the censorship, what's coming is full gun control. It's gonna slowly come with cutting down the amount that your clip can hold. You know, then it's gonna cut down even more. And eventually, just like in certain areas, I think the UK did it, and the knife violence went up, they're gonna come, you know, the guns are gonna go. And it's already going on in certain places. A place in Illinois where they came and took, I wanna say, the ARs and stuff like that. When once again, it's not the weapon, it's decision making. You need decision making courses to show people how to deal with different adversity that goes on in life. You know, just because you're getting bullied doesn't mean you have to react that way. You can report it. If it gets to extreme cases where people put your hands on you, you know, maybe, you know, incorporate self-defense classes in schools, or talk to the parents about putting kids in boxing classes, MMA classes where they can properly defend themselves. Incorporating debate more so at young ages, so instead of going physically, people can articulate themselves in a better way instead of expressing it in a physical manner. There's different ways to go about it than just reacting and coming and, you know, doing a mad, you know, some shooting and stuff like that. So that's not the way to go, but you have to be brought up the right way and have the right influences and see people around you reacting to adverse situations in a logical manner. It's people that's just going off emotion and going off of this, you know, what they seeing on TV or what they seeing in the household, and it can be small. You know, mom and dad gets into it, and mom just gets very frantic and screaming, get to throwing stuff. That's setting a precedent in your head on how to react. Now, mom and dad get into it, and they sit down and they have a conversation and work it out in a more logical manner. Then that's setting a precedent in your head. Okay, this is how you handle situations. So I just feel like a national gun license is a good thing. Even the ID gun thing that will fingerprint your finger and only work for you, is the Andrew Yang promoted, is a good thing. But the cutting back clips and cutting off certain types of guns, you're not stopping nothing. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. If you make it illegal, it's not gonna make it not out here. It's not gonna make it disappear. And that's what the Democrats and the liberals tend to often push to their crowd or their base. It's often, you know, it's more of an emotional argument. Yeah, it sounds good. In a world, like I said, where there were no other people with these things, it sounds good. But just because you make it illegal for the people who are trying to do it the right way doesn't mean you're going to stop anything from being out there, because people will still have access to these things. These things will still continue to happen, whether legal or illegal. There just won't be a situation where you have a legal guy with maybe an AR or something, and then a guy with a legal one, and in that case, the guy's the legal who went about it the right way can stop that guy. And there are many cases where somebody with the legal gun has stopped the person with the illegal gun from going even further. And if you check the statistics, gun violence has went down since, I want to say, 1996. Every year has gone down more and more and more. Gun violence is more like they're pushing this, so it seems like it's a prominent thing. This is all you're seeing because it's a political agenda. But if you go check the stats, it's suicides that's doubling the rate of homicides and gun violence. So it's not, you know, of course all lives are important, but it's constantly going down. It's not like we need to do this to make this go down. It has consistently been going down since, I want to say, 96, since the 90s. and suicide is going up. So the issue that people need to be talking about in these elections is, how do we stop these people from killing themselves? What is the root? What is the connection? Why are people going to this length where they feel like they don't want to be here, to the point in the U.S. the suicide rate doubles the homicide rate? That's the real question people need to be asked. And so for me, it's not really about being on any side. I'm on the side of the good policy. Whatever the good policy is, that's what I'm with. The unbiased, if I had a party, it'd be the ULT, unbiased logical thought fallacy. So, think. That's all I'm telling people to do. Think logically. Don't just let these emotional arguments get you into supporting something because you might just hate one person on one side or hate one person on the other side, and you're just going to do whatever to go against this side. We have to stop the side thing and just go with strictly policy. So spread peace, positivity, and love. Think logically. Always be thinking about tomorrow. I'm out.